Hello, everybody, and welcome to the PHLY Eagles halftime show presented by Bet365 and TrueMark Financial. Download the Bet365 app and use code PHLY365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365 and visit TrueMark.com/compare for full details and to apply today. TrueMark Financial, federally insured by the NCUA, equal opportunity lender, and we are here to talk about a very interesting fireworks-filled first half of the NFC Championship game. The Eagles up 27-15. They will get the ball to start the second half. And it started, Jamie Lynch and handsome Rich Hoffman, with a 60-yard touchdown on the first play from scrimmage for the Eagles by Saquon Barkley.
This is not hyperbole. He might be one of the greatest football players I've ever seen.
I've never seen anything like this.
It's not because you argue.
To have, what was it, 8? Is it 8 now on the year of 60 plus?
9 now.
9.
Oh, no, it's 9 of 50 plus.
I mean, that's just
which is
ridiculous.
The most, I believe, in NFL history if you include the playoffs. In the entire league, Saquon Barkley is responsible for almost a quarter of all of the 50-yard runs this season.
Unbelievable. And what a sequence it was, too, when the Commanders had that play, that drive that took, what was that, 18 plays? I think it went 60 yards,
Yes.
50 yards, something like
Quinn
that.
Bunch of
up at the
third
end.
and fourth down conversions, and then he turtles on 4th and 2.
How
Takes the
surprised were
3.
you about that, Bo?
I was surprised.
We were
I
pretty
was
shocked
surprised.
here,
Yeah.
too.
On a 4th and
2 yards
3,
to go, yeah.
you had a gas defense. You had
Yes.
already gotten a couple of 4th downs on that drive. And then Eagles' first play, it seems like they had something schemed up where they had DeVonta going in motion, pitch it out to Saquon the other way. And then an unbelievable run for a touchdown.
And since then, I mean, it has been fireworks. Possession after that from Washington, Zack Baun forces a fumble.
Yeah.
Eagles then go up 14-3. Now the Commanders then make it close with a long Terry McLaurin touchdown. And then after that, Eagles at the end of the half getting 2 touchdowns, thanks in part to some third down penalties on the Commanders deep in their own territory. And then the Commanders at the end of the half with about 20-something seconds left, stealing 3 points at the end, and that makes it 27-15. I know, Rich, that you did not like that defensive performance at the very end.
No, I mean, they stole 6 points, right? With the fake punt as well,
true.
right? Where, again, I was mad at Michael Clay. Whatever. Like, just stay in punt safe. Stay in whatever you need to be in to just get the fair catch and get your offense back on the field. Because, yeah, they stole 6 points. I mean, that defense at the end was not great. Kind of an annoying couple of drives. But look, like, the offense was good. The passing game, it's the best it's looked in a while, Bo.
That's exactly right. Jalen Hurts, 12 of 18 for 141 yards and a touchdown. That is like almost as many yards as he's been throwing for in a game over the past several games. And I think that, like, in this game, when Dan Quinn is early on going for 4th downs, you're thinking, okay, this is kind of an advantage for Washington. But a huge play in this game is Nick Sirianni, 4th and 5 near midfield, going for it, and Jalen Hurts then connecting on a go ball to A.J. Brown in tight coverage on Marshawn Lattimore. That led to the touchdown that made them go up 20-12.
Which was, I think, a really nice play call to go to AJ there in the end zone instead of running it again. I feels like everybody.
I like that too.
Yeah, like be aggressive, get the touchdown.
I thought that was also anti-Sirianni because I think most of this season he would have run there. It was 3rd down from about the 3-yard line, and the Commanders had no timeouts left. And I think the earlier season Nick would have just run that, try to get to like the 1-yard line, and then make your decision with like 2 seconds left on the clock. I like that he dialed up AJ.
Yeah, and Rich and I talked about it in pregame. It felt like it was an impossibility that AJ Brown was going to be silent for a 3rd game. So it's really nice to see.
He was not
going to be stopped. And this is the best Jalen has looked in over a month. He is putting balls on the money today.
And it has been a story of Jalen really for a while, is that when the ball comes out quickly, he looks good. And for the most part today, the ball is coming out on time.
They hit a couple of those RPOs in the right flat. Felt like those were good, high percentage plays. And one other play didn't count as a touchdown. They go empty, and then they go QB draw.
Yes.
Dickerson does get the holding penalty, but Jalen Hurts looked good. He looked good with straight line speed there. That looked roughly like what we saw last week against the Rams. I think that's a good sign.
Yeah, the offensive line has been interesting. The broadcast keeps showing Landon Dickerson very clearly hobbled, and it looked like Cam Jurgens was trying to go into the game there towards the end of the first half. Jurgens, of course, active but not playing, so you've got Dickerson at center, Tyler Steen at left guard. There have been some times where it looks like Tyler Steen has been a little bit of a problem in this game. I'm curious to see in the second half. I mean, if Jurgens is active and Dickerson is so banged up, do they consider making that change?
They sent him in early there before the half, I would imagine, to get some kind of shot or some kind of treatment as quick as you can. So I would imagine they give him a go here, but it looks like Jurgens is ready to go if they need him.
Saquon Barkley, 9 carries for 85 yards in this game. That means that he is 63 yards away from setting the record for most rushing yards in a season in NFL history, if you count the regular season and postseason combined. Some interesting decision-making from the refs in this game. What did you make of some of those calls? I guess the two big ones, the pass interference on DeVonta Smith by Marshawn Lattimore in the end zone that extends a play on 3rd and long, and then the penalty on Mike Sanderstill along the sideline on Saquon Barkley.
I thought the pass interference was a good call. He was holding his right arm on that. You kind of have to.
Second one of the drive, too, for him, too. He got away with the first one on Goddard, which, okay. But, yeah, I mean, it does feel a little Legion of Boomy where it's like they can't call it on every play. But Marshawn Lattimore is very handsy, it feels like.
And the Saquon one, I think if he pushes him there, it's no penalty. But he kind of laid the shoulder as the left foot was hitting out of bounds. So it was probably a 50-50 call, but you made the point. The refs probably want to get control of this a little bit.
It seemed like it was getting out of hand. Actually, honestly, I thought the one call of that first half that was really like in the Eagles' favor was only flagging Marshawn Lattimore for the dust up after the push touchdown with AJ Brown. I thought that could have been offsetting. Ended up working out for the Commanders because they stopped the Eagles on that 2-point conversion.
What did you guys make of the defense in the first half?
Turnovers. I mean, the Eagles have 8 turnovers now, and it's including special teams. But Zack Baun with a great peanut punch there. I thought that kind of changed the momentum of the game. I think they have 8 turnovers now through 3 games, if I'm not mistaken. So, like, I think the defense has been spectacular again. And, Rich, we talked about it, Bo, before you got here. The defensive line in the beginning, they were winning their battles.
Yes.
And I think they're making life hard. Jaden Daniels does not have a lot of throwing lanes. Jalen Carter's, like, just missed 2. They're really giving him a hard time.
I'm a little worried the longer they stay on the field, though, that they could get slowed down. And the Commanders, they did not punt in that half. Obviously, they had the fake punt, which was infuriating.
Right.
So Daniels, I think, has looked pretty good. He looked good on that last drive as well. The key is going to be, like, you got to get him off the field on one of those third downs.
The Commanders are moving the ball, as you said. I mean, they go 54 yards for a field goal on the opening drive. You get the ball out on that second drive, and then after that, they go 45 yards for a field goal, 56 yards for a touchdown, and then 41 yards there at the end. So neither team punting. Meanwhile, the Eagles have had 5 possessions, 4 touchdowns, 1 missed field goal. How was your Jake Elliott meter?
He is what he is right now. We're riding with, like, you have no other choice, and it's probably going to limit and affect some decisions, I would imagine, in that 45 to 55-yard range. Like, it's his first ever playoff miss as a field goal.
Interesting.
One of his extra points didn't look good either, too. I don't feel great about this.
Yeah, but there's nothing you can do, right?
You cannot take a sack in that spot, though.
Probably not. Now, I wonder if that influenced the decision to go for it on 4th and 5. I think they were probably just out of field goal range there.
Yeah.
But that was interesting. Still, Eagles getting the ball to start the second half, and they have this 12-point cushion. Frankly, if they can just keep doing what they're doing on offense, the Commanders won't have time to catch up.
Yeah, this is a huge first possession just for, like, that momentum standpoint. If you're able to, like, Saquon it down the field, you can kind of put your foot on their throats a little bit. If there was only a way to mute Brady for the second half, I'd be in heaven.
Hard to argue. How about the running back combination getting the ball out? Will Shipley with the forced fumble, Kenny Gainwell with the recovery. Huge play.
Unbelievable. Kenny jumping on that ball. Yeah, it's great. Look, I mean, those are 2 huge plays. Zack Baun with the peanut punch, which he's just gotten so good at, in a league where the offense, every rule is slanted towards the offense. Defenders can just punch offensive players in the arm, and the Eagles are pretty good at that.
Very quickly running through the super chats from you guys as you watch along. Aaron D says, Commies D can't stop the birds. See you in Nolans. And Mark Baker says, is your Eagles gear broken? I mean, I can't wear Eagles gear, but
Bo was down in the stadium.
Jamie's got us going. AJ Brown, 4 catches for 61 yards, huge bump. From what has been his postseason production over the past couple years.
66.5.
There you go. Dallas Goedert, 3 for 32. DeVonta Smith, 2 for 28 with a nice catch along the sideline, and Saquon has
really
one
nice
catch.
Toe tap. Beautiful Iverson cleats too.
Unbelievable. Yeah, those are smooth.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jaden Daniels, 15 of 24 for 139 yards and a touchdown, and also 4 carries for 31 yards. He's their leading rusher. I think safe to say every time they give the ball to Brian Robinson or Austin Eckler, you're pretty happy.
Yeah.
Rich actually said that before you got here. He's like, anytime they rush the ball, feels like a huge win for the Eagles.
No doubt about it. All right. How are we feeling as we head to the second half? What's your confidence level 0 to 10?
I'm fairly confident here. I would put it at like an 8.59.
Okay. Any predictions you'd like to get on the record?
I think the Eagles are going to come up with another turnover here. I think in the passing game, I'll go with my boy Q. Comes up with the second pick.
I mean, how could you
make
it
not? I can't abandon them now.
Yeah.
I think it also would be huge if the Eagles can get up 19 here and Daniels has to start pushing the ball down the field. Feels like he's been money on kind of the dink and dunk over the middle of the field. But that deep ball, I think it was, did Q almost have that one or CJ almost had that one?
CJ almost had one.
Let's see a few more of those.
All right. Well, thank you to Bet365 and TrueMark Financial for sponsoring this PHLY Eagles halftime show. We will, of course, be here for the post-game show following the game with Super Bowl champion Vinny Curry as well. Enjoy the second half, everybody. Eric Eber with a super chat in under the gun says, I thought Jalen couldn't pass. He's proven him wrong today. We'll see if he can do it in the second half. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you after the game. And as always, we love you.
We all silly like the mayor.